Hello? That sounds better. Maybe. Yeah. Now there's sound, right? Yes, there's some sound. Do you eat the cookies while they're hot? Or do you wait till they're actually room temp? You got to eat a couple when they're hot, don't you? Ooh, I kind of like that. I always thanks. I always get the Ghirardelli chips. I pay extra to get the Ghirardelli brand chocolate chips, and they have more real estate. They're like a bigger chip. But I'm like a dark chocolate fanatic. Not quite a fiend. I can stop anytime. If you're new to the channel, I'm not a guitar player. I just play guitar, if that makes sense. It's cool. Once you know a couple basics, you can like freestyle. Like most of what I'm doing is freestyling, except earlier I did come up with this main thing, and I was playing it, and it just kind of flows, and I really liked it. Oops, I almost snapped the dang string. Milk chocolate. I remember liking milk chocolate way back in the day. I joke like I'm a snob about it. I joke like milk chocolate's for children and dark chocolate is for adults, but I know better. I know that it's just a preference thing. And I feel like sometimes milk chocolate goes better with nuts. That depends. Here's a piece that I play often because I made it up a while back. Oop. That part's always hard to grab. It's good enough for now. Hello, Square Cat. There's a Square. Go to Rivendell. What is Rivendell? Dell. Shout out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, LAM I don't even know how am I gonna say it. Lemangeline 82 Ash. That sounds kind of cool. Thanks. I did like. There's a lot of times where I would like. This is gonna sound weird to some people, but it's like sometimes you are clutching onto your guitar like it's gonna save your life. I think that's cool that you're a singer. I'm kind of I'm not a singer, but I sing. I'm not a guitar player, but I play guitar. I'm not a bass player, but I play bass. I'm not an audio engineer, but I audio engineer. I'm not a drummer, but I drum. Meaning I'm like 10% of 10 things. I don't have a lot of like I don't have a lot of value in one instrument. Like I couldn't be like a guitarist because I don't know if it's ADHD, but it's like I want to do a little bit of everything so I can make my music come to life, if that makes any sense. Wow, I'm actually going to have to catch up. I got more people on here than I thought. I can do some improv. Some of what I was doing earlier was improv. I'll try to come up with something completely new. There you go. There's some improv. Oop. There's not much improv, but it's just a little tiny bit. There's actually, okay, if you're interested in improv, coming next month, so what is today? February 23rd. I'm doing a song a day project on another channel, and literally every day I'm writing, recording, and publishing a song for the month of February. And but I'm kind of keeping it under wraps for now, so I feel like I have anonymity while I make music. But I'm going to promote it coming March 1st. There's a song I did in that project where I completely improved. So what did I do first? I forget. Like, let's say example, I just hopped on drums and I just made something up on the spot and tried to do it for like 3 minutes straight. And then I hopped on the bass guitar. That was a sequence. I started with drums and then I did bass guitar to it, which is kind of cool because there's changes in the drums that I kind of caught. I'm like, yes, because it was supposed to be a first take. If it didn't go first take, I didn't use it. And then I added a little bit of guitar, but I did kind of a slide thing because it's hard to match a bass and a guitar on improv because there's nobody else in the room. It was just me recording. And I did one other instrument, I think, and it turned out decent. I was happy with it. Hey, Laura. I have a lot of like new faces here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Soggy Spy 007. That sounds legit. I can't say all is well, but I can say it's interesting. Soggy. From Georgia. Georgia, Georgia. I'll just say it because I'm a small channel. I'm from Ohio, the swamp. Um, yeah, you make up. Okay, so should I call you Lamb? Should I call you Lamangeline? Um, there's different methods for me, but I make up my best when I play and sing gibberish until some words come out or they sound like words, and then I go back and like write them down. There's like there's like a lot of people here for me. 11 people is ridiculous. Millie, what's up? Millie Vanilli. Trista, what's up? Oh, okay. Lakeside, are you how I get so many people right now? Um, just them. I got a lot of new faces. What's up, everybody? Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Ooh, at times maybe, yeah. Like I say 10% of 10 things, but sometimes I hit like 70% of one thing. Yeah, I would say so. Like I just randomly came on here. Square Cat has an acoustic guitar that they got for like $40, and you put some pickups on it. That's kind of cool. I'm always for repurposing or adding something. Classical strings. Yeah, these have the classical strings that you have to tie on the bridge. There's no balls. I had a guitar like this, and then I gave it to my nephew because they were getting into music. And this is one I bought for my mom when hers broke. And then I got this back from her, and I like this one better than my original. You want to play we want to play a favorite chord? If you can explain it properly, I can try. Okay, I got to scroll up. Love guitar, love Hendrix. I love that the wind cries Mary. You know, the way that he says that. I always thought it was like almost beckoning and mysterious. Where's Kevin? Oh, I got on top chat. Holy crap. I probably forgot somebody now. Yeah, family hand-me-downs. It was like ceremonious. It was actually, you know what? I charged them $20 for it. But it was ceremonious. I was basically like this, giving it to my family member. I might even took a knee. So Angeline, you can take back the praise of the generosity because I charged them $20, I think, but it was a deal. You know, I got it for like 80. You know, what's Millie wondering? What's the Sarah Connor? Okay, it says Sarah Connor doesn't support AI artists. If you've ever watched Terminator or Terminator 2, it's about the robot takeover and stuff. I thought it was cute. Then I got a Finder sticker from a record store that's a ways away. And this was a dude who made zines. I supported this person who was selling like their magazines and stuff at a local art fair. And I just thought it was cute. So I put him on the guitar. I forget his name right now. All right, where am I on the chat? I like keeping up with chat. I want to say small enough to keep up with chat. How about Hendrix on Burning of the Midnight Lamp or Everlasting First? I'm not big on Hendrix yet, but I'm going to write those down. I'll just make a note. I'll go back and take a note of that. Actually, I'll probably take a screenshot. Name your screenshots as you make them, and you won't have to spend hours on end organizing everything later. I'll take the praise then if you'll just give it. Thank you. Victor, what's up? The Milkman, yeah. You can also call me Milky Way Galaxy, Father Milk, Milky Milk, Alex, and whatever else you can come up with that has to do with milk. 2% milk. You can call me curdled or spoiled milk if you really want to. Yeah, Sarah Connor's kind of cool. She starts off knowing nothing, but then she gets really tough. I think I can. Millie, if I were to accidentally grow, which I call swelling, to a size where the chat is too quick to keep up with, I would do one of two things. Either stop and just speed read the chat and make that the thing for when it gets that busy, or I think I would start a fresh channel and see who jumps over the stream or the water. So you know how like most friends won't follow you over a stream because you're going to get their boots muddy or something. Yeah, zines are cool. You take the MAGA out of the zine, I guess you could say. Yeah, keeping an open mind. AI at first, I was all against it, but I dabbled and I've been surprised. But of course, I put in all my lyrics and styles. Yes. So do you mean in general or in music? I won't touch AI with music, and I'm staunchly against it for art, but um, I also dabbled in it because I had to know more about what I was opposed. I need to know more about the enemy, right? And the praise that I can give it is I had it, what do you say, summarize. I had it like analyze a short story and a poem of mine, and it did a really good job. But it doesn't actually know anything. It's kind of like an improv artist, and it kind of is like if you took all your information and put it in a blender and then sipped it. It's kind of like that. But it did a really good job of summarizing. I even told it to summarize it in like 2 words, and then I told it to summarize my poem in like 1 word, and it did a really good job. I was impressed. I might read that sometime on live. Okay, you put the chord in there? Okay, let me check that out, Square Cat. Let's look at Square Cat. You know what I might be able to do? Okay, 2nd fret on the D string. Oops. 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the the G string, E, A, D, G. 2nd fret. This is gonna be slow. Hold on. 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the high E. How many do you strum? Yeah. That reminds me of a song from. Now, do you like warming it with the A string too, or do all of them? It's a little bit muddier, but I like it either way. I like it with the top 4. And it reminds me of a song called something about the Milky Way. I forget how it goes. I can't think of the song right now, but that reminds me of something. So I would consider that. It's almost like a E add something, is it? I'd probably just walk or be like. I'll keep that chord in mind. One of my favorite chords is it's just a regular D, but you take your whatever finger you're using for that and put it here instead and let that one open up. So it'll be like. So I really like that chord. I like yours too. It kind of has a similar vibe, I think. And I'm going to go back down the chat. You can use all. To be honest, I would prefer and love to collaborate with other artists who have their hearts in the right place. I would just love to jam. I'm opening up to the idea of jamming. I was such a closet artist where I'm like, I make music alone. It's like, how's another warm body helping, right? But I have a friend who's going to help me record an album that I was working on, and I had to even warm up. I was in a band for a little bit, but nothing professional, just like kind of jamming, And it took me a while because I'm the type of guy I want to stop and be like, wait, what's our goal with this music? Like, I'm a big talker, so I'm like almost overthinking everything where it's hard to just flow because I want to be like, but if it's stated at the beginning of the session that that's what we're doing is just flowing, then I feel like then it's cool again too. My husband said second. Oh, there's another chord suggestion. Okay, here we go. Second fret on A string. First fret on D string. Second fret on high E, and all other ones open. Did I do that right? It's interesting. If I did, let me double check it. Second fret on E A, so second fret on A string. First fret on D string, E A D. Second fret on high E string. Yeah. Okay. I like that because it needs that resolve. It's like AI is intelligent, but where is the heart of the emotion, the feeling? Maybe the day I cannot tell. I am not me, just a robot. I think we're always going to be able to tell. Even 10 years, there's going to be a missing link. But you got to emphasize the artificial part of intelligence. From the little bit of programming I've done with basic language on Commodore 64, I realized that it's all, when you convert real life to ones and zeros, you do that so you can then manipulate anything you want to do and spit it back out. It's like a medium. So when you make things with AI, it's like born out of the void. Like there isn't a soul at the other end. It's just born out of the middle ground, if that makes any sense. And it's sometimes it's kind of fun and sometimes it's scary. But remember, it's not, it'll seem realer and realer, but it also makes you more and more skeptical about a lot of things that you shouldn't even be skeptical about. So I think it's a net negative, but I think it's going to kind of burst a bubble. It kind of makes me want to talk to real people more, which don't get me wrong, I'm not like a recluse, but like every time it makes me feel lonely consuming anything that's AI based. So it almost makes me reach out more and like appreciate blood more and appreciate breath more and like all the real stuff, I guess, if that makes sense. Who's not real friends? What are we talking here? I put the chord in one of the messages, by the way. Yep. Oh, I went up too high, didn't I? Then those are not real friends, in my humble opinion. I love my ride and dies. Millie, where are we talking about? Keep up with the chat. Oh, Judy, there it is again. What is again? Is there something behind me? Is there a ghost behind me? To be honest, I would prefer and love the class. Oh, I read that already. Where am I? Square Cat says, yo, that's pretty. Thank you, if that was something I did. Studied music theory. I did too, not like officially, just on my own. I'm just like really interested. The main reason why I got into music was because my father was playing guitar with his friends and stuff, and they were drinking and smoking and whatever, and they were playing guitars. And he's like, okay, next chord is G, guys. I remember I was like 10 or 12 or something, or maybe 14. And I came up, maybe older. And I came up, I'm like, why is it called a G? Like, why? There's many notes in it. Why is it a G? And he couldn't answer. He was basically like, I don't know, it just is. And that was not good enough for me. So I started looking into, from Mom's Piano Bench, I got a Mel Bay's guitar chords book and cut it into pieces and put it all in a chromatic order. And I used that to study chords. So then I went into piano a bit and bass more. I started with bass. Do we have another chord suggestion? Okay, well, let me catch up to the chat. Doing it in flow. Yeah, the flow is the best sometimes. Everybody has a different method though, right? I agree. Tell your husband I agree. I might use that chord. I like the dissonance and the unresolved nature of it. Okay, let's make this one quicker. 3rd fret on the A string. Yep. Like you said, it's like a C. Strum everything except the low E. Oh yeah. I have a song I'm working on that kind of goes like that, because it goes like this. It reminds me of that chord. I just fret this one too and pull it off of here. I believe in a higher self, but I don't need AI to know I have that. After all, though, aren't in these bodies. We are incarnate in flesh. We exist before and after this. I agree with you now. If I would have heard that 3 years ago, I would have been like, that sounds like some woo woo. I don't know, but when you you know, I guess. Talking about the ones that don't want to get their boots wet. Oh yeah. Okay, Millie. Okay, so yes, and I feel free to share this and stuff. But I think if I even got 500 subscribers, I would want to switch it up, because I'm like 500. It depends on the quality of the subscriber, I guess. I know that sounds crazy. People are like, why wouldn't you want 2 billion? I've been singing since I was 6 months old. Mom wrote this down in my baby book. Oh yeah, I read my baby book recently. Mom quit writing in it. She didn't fill out the whole thing, and she didn't do the prompts. She just like wrote over everything. But it said some things that are kind of in a good way and also kind of sad, like revealing. I was like, because you know how they say like a lot of your personality is already developed when you're like a baby. I got some proof of that, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's so strange but true. It's fun to think that we basically experience death before we're born. That's comforting to think. I kind of like that too. It's fun to think that we basically experience death before we were born. There's a rap line from this guy named Joe Budden, and he says, my skin's thick, so the critics ignored. So unafraid to die, you think I did it before. And I remember thinking, that's cool. He's so unafraid to die, you think I did it before. And it reminds me of that. Millie, you corrected a your versus your. That's hilarious. I've been seeing so many of those lately, but I'll police myself and I let other people go, but I would do the same thing. If I said that in the chat, I would be like, I meant your, and other people would be like, we know what you meant. Cool. Actually, it is, isn't it? I actually like this. I think it was handmade by somebody I bought it from. Could you try second fret on both D and G string? Of course. E, A. I have to like always remind myself. E, A, D, G. Oh, I know that one. I was coming up with a chord progression earlier. I think that used that. Or was it this one? No, it was this one. So I was going. Hear how cloudy that part is? It's almost like a storm cloud. It was like a. That was the whole thing. I was coming up with lyrics to that. And so I'm glad you said that chord. Hey, Linda, what's up? It's past your bedtime. Are you going to bed? Where am I now? Okay, you're not. You are glad I went to use this. I'm glad you want to use that suggestion. Cool beanie. I appreciate that. I need like a bookmark for the chat. Maybe you've used this one before, but could you try it? Yeah, I have used it before. I love it. Laura's saying hello to everybody just stopping by. Past your bedtime. Get some nice shut-eye. Don't play low E. D and G string on the 5th fret. E, A, D, G. So the same thing, but on the 5th fret, don't play low E. Yep. I'd probably pluck that one separate. Ooh. I might have to keep that one too. 67 subs. That's a good number. Was 67, fun fact, was the year of my first car. And I literally have $253 worth of 1967 quarters because I used to always check. And I find them and keep them. And I'm really proud. They're not silver or anything, but you can't, even if you were a billionaire with a B, you couldn't go to a bank and be like, I want $250 worth of 67 quarters. They'd be like, what? Then they'd scratch their head, then they'd get their manager, and you'd be like, yeah, that's what I want. Here's $5,000, make it happen. And they cannot make it happen. It takes the diligence of a human to just want to, for years, like it's probably 10, 15 years that I looked. So I have that many 67 quarters. So keep your 67 subscribers. Yeah, man, the nature nurture. We're all healing, hurting. But if we nurture the inner child in our hearts and have no fear, man, we need this. Our youth needs this. Is that, I agree, but is that prompted? It probably is prompted. I probably missed something or I said something. Can I say something? It's kind of vulgar. It's my channel. I'm going to say something that's mildly vulgar. Everybody talks about this inner child. I have an outer adult that I have to keep jerking off and reminding to pay taxes. I say that to be cutting. But the narrative is, I'm so in tune with my inner child that it's more like I have an outer adult. You know, the focus is on the inner child. But lately I've been talking to him more directly, and it's eye-opening. is relentless. Oh, is that somebody's name? When I play D chords, I always leave the high E untouched. Yeah. Like that. I'd probably wiggle it. I'd be like, oh wait, there's one more chord that I made to be like, this is gonna take a while. Okay. It's funny. I should just like rename this to like name your chord. Let me play your chord. If you don't mind me asking, are you perhaps a Gemini? I'm a Pisces myself. I am a fiery Leo, and sometimes I'm embarrassed by it. But I don't know a lot about the astrological signs. I know when I was younger, it's the first thing that I noticed. I'm like, wait, there's something to this. I'm like, people laugh at it, but there's something here. So I don't know a lot about the types. I know it's kind of like piano keys, where sometimes if you're an adjacent type, you're discordant, you're dissonant a little bit. You remind me of my cousin I lost. He had a beautiful soul and was so intelligent. He was born June 9th. I appreciate that. That sounds like a compliment. Okay, Square Cat, it's basically a power chord, but instead of the third string being an octave higher than the root, I made it so that the second string is treated like the root, and the third complements the second. Okay. I think that kind of makes sense. I'd have to read it again slower to really truly get it. My husband said, give one. My husband also has an outer adult. Absolutely. I'm trapped in here. Get the skin off of me. My inner child needs to come out. My inner child has little levers, and it's making things happen. What's up, Eric? I was going to say Eric Daniel Kayla, but it's Eric Daniel Cabela Cuevas. I like how long that is. I'm like, what do I call you? I can pick any of these names out. Oh, thank you. And Spencer, what's up? And the person who is not Chris. I don't know. I don't. If you came in earlier, I consider myself a jack of all trades and a master of none. So like I play guitar. I came out with a song a day project in 2014, so I've at least been playing since then. It rolls off the tongue well. Okay, I'm just gonna play the same thing I started with first. Oop. Chris just picked up a guitar a few weeks ago, trying to learn a Polyphia song, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but oh well. I don't jukebox well. I know some songs. I'm mainly learning the Mountain Goats. When I first got into music, I was very focused on the building blocks. So I was learning how chords work. And I almost skipped the juke phase, but I feel like I need to learn more other songs because there's a lot to be said for just learning somebody else's work and doing what they did. It kind of helps you get your own ideas and what's possible. So I've been trying to come up with some more cover songs and having luck doing that. Kind of having a blend between originals and covers, I guess. I don't know any Sublime, but I like I like the main ones that you hear, you know. Um, I've always liked, everybody likes the early in the morning, rising to the street or whatever. Got to find a reason things went wrong. Got to find a reason why my money's all gone. It was on like a video game I used to play. I used to love it. Maybe possibly. What do I call you? LA Mangeline? Can I call you Angeline? Um, can I just call you Ash? I won't say a hard no. I'll say it's a possibility. Who said they were a hermit earlier? Where was I? I will say I'm a hermit type myself. Okay, that was you. Started with Nirvana. Yeah, Nirvana. I love Deftones. When I hear Deftones, I feel like I am getting younger again. Yeah, that you want to see somebody wants to see the bass in the back. I'll show you that. You should give Playing God a listen. I like the name. Way too difficult. Okay, so it's like one of them technical artists who do like really good technical work, probably. Yeah, what I got. I don't cry when my dog runs away. I don't get angry at the bills I have to pay. Don't get angry when my mom smokes pot. Playing God. Who hasn't heard? I'll listen to it tomorrow. It's possible I haven't heard it. I don't know. I'm not very trendy. Tal Wickenfield. Should I check that out? I might have to go back and write all these down, guys. I'll call you Ash. Operator, oh, won't you help me place this call? Yeah, he has it. What's the Jim Croce song I like? I like Big Jim. Uptown's got its hustlers, the Bowery's got its bums. 42nd Street got Big Jim Walker. I'm gonna check out thanks for the hat compliment again. That's the second one. Yeah, it's woven in. Watch. Let me show off that bass because I think it's actually kind of cool. Some of you will think it's sacrilegious what I did to it, but okay. This is an 83 Squire P bass from Japan, but I stripped all the paint. It was a respray anyway. It was yellow, and it smelled like cigarette smoke from my uncles and dads, but now it doesn't. I stripped the sucker down to the bare wood and stained it. And what else did I do to it? I have pictures of it somewhere. You probably can't hear it without it being plugged in. I don't know if it was expensive. I think it'd be about 400 back when I got it. I'm not sure. But I kind of stole it from my dad in a way. Bass player from Australia. Oh, okay. Does she have dreads or something? The cheapest gear you can get your hands on, just the first act. I had a first act guitar I got for free that I made a song with, and I really kind of liked it actually. I'm a little bit more picky because even my Telecaster is the basic. It's like $300 new, and I feel like the intonation is off enough that I'm like, but I think that can be fixed though too, probably. I think so too. I actually really like the way that came out, and I just left the pick guard off of it and just let the whole show. Oh, I should have mentioned something else. Hold on. I know I really like Telecasters. I forgot to mention this switch plate is I handmade it or hand cut it out of some stainless steel that I got when I was working at Advanced Auto Parts. It was a display, and I cut it. I made some cardboard cutouts of the shape I liked, and I ended up making that custom. And then these are knobs off of a tape deck, big aluminum knobs from a tape deck that I end up really liking that too. I kind of wish I had a better camera for you guys. I didn't expect more than 2 people to show up. And there are some brass tacks on that too. Thanks. Yeah, I was so excited because I was like dancing around in the living room and I stepped on my tape deck. And this is a tape deck I had since I was like 8. I was like, oh, I was going to fix that. But now that the knob's broken off, I pulled the knobs off and stuck them on the bass, and I'm never going back. $100 new for a Telecaster. $100 new? Was it like a couple years old or something? A Tyco. Is that a type of guitar? You guys got to understand, I spent years seeing these as just tools and not like I don't know a lot of brands and stuff. A door handle. What did you think was the door handle, Pap? A door handle. Ooh, I just inspired a good future mod idea. Heck yeah, do it. I have some things I should mention. Hold on. Is it weird to say that the slightly bad instruments are more fun to play than perfectly made? No, I get it. At least I get it. It kind of forces you to be more creative, and you might get a slightly tinged sound out of it, which is sometimes adds good character, and you're like not afraid to scratch it or drop it. And it's just something you don't see every day. So I see a lot of merit in some of the weirder stuff. I would like to have an old Telecaster. Maybe that might be cool. I think I liked Ibanez because they had fatter necks. When I was starting to play, I didn't understand how you could fret without muting an adjacent string. So I ended up getting this like a fat neck guitar first because it made more sense because I came mainly from bass. Perfectly made ones are probably expensive as heck, so you'd probably be happier with the cheaper stuff. To a degree, is it like tools where they say they'll buy the most you can afford so that way you don't have to upgrade as much? The things I gotta say. Wait, hold on. Fretless. So definitely a bass then, right? Or do you have one of those crazy fretless guitars? Japanese makes Tyco. He thinks it's a hound dog. He thinks it was Hound Dog Taylor who played one. I know that Jack White made some. Didn't Jack White make like a guitar that was sold like exclusively at Sears and it's kind of plasticky or something famous and expensive? Yeah, I do have a fretless bass. I can't say I play it well, but when I first got it, I remember feeling like the bars of the cage were like I remember feeling freer when I played it. Michael Kelly Dragonfly. Just the fact that you can, just the fact that you can do that, right? But see, this buzzes a lot, and you can't call it fret buzz because it doesn't have any. So sometimes I hit that spot. I'm like, "Eek." Hear that? Can I fix that with a truss rod adjustment? Reminds me of like Primus. But yeah, the slide is because that's exactly, you're like, I can blend, I can smooth. And it kind of makes it eerie if you just do it slow, like you're making a recording, you're like, it's just cool. And I wanted a acoustic fretted bass too, though. I try not to collect more. Like, I don't want two of the same thing, right? Laura, I guess if you stick around, me in the chat will teach you more about guitars, and I'm probably going to learn stuff because I have a pretty low knowledge base too. New sound effect. Maybe, but it's kind of fixed. I feel like I'm sure there's ways people can do it. Probably put a new insert in there. Maybe if I could raise that a bit. Yeah, right there. If you just go a little bit sharper. Oh, you think? Shim the neck, is that a possibility? I always thought it was just all permanently glued and like, I don't know, maybe somebody could even file, I don't know. But look at that inlay, isn't that kind of cute? And I know my camera sucks, but it actually has a dragonfly on it. Do you see it? There's a little dragonfly right there. It's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, Ash is still here. Okay. For everybody that's here right now, I have a project coming out. I'm working on it now. It's called Song a Day, where I write, record, and publish a song every day for 1 month. But I'm doing it now, and I'm going to publish it more. I'm going to promote it more in the 1st of March. So look for that. And don't expect any semblance of, don't expect me to stick in one genre. Like, I have a rap song. I have like a rocky song. I have like soft songs, acoustic song. I kind of want to have a country song in by the time it's done, but if it doesn't come to me, it doesn't come to me. My rules are basically, I try to write everything in that day. I try not to use like ideas I had kicking around. Oh, likes the buzz. You know what's funny about that? The fun thing about that is there's a bass I had when I was a child that I'm going to give to a friend. He's going to make a replica of it out of plywood. But it was making a buzz upstairs. I was playing it and it was adding to it too. I'm almost going to record. I was just plucking out some strong harmonics and the buzz was like fading in. I was like, this is an effect on its own. You'd almost have to mic just the headstock of it because it was the tuner that would rattle on that other bass. So I'm glad you brought up that somebody likes the buzz. Isn't that why people drink? Because they like the buzz? Um, that's what I was thinking. I think if I adjust the truss rod and give it a little more relief, do they call it? That maybe it'll get more of an adverse angle so the buzz will not be as apparent. Basically, was that System of a Down? What does that mean? I'm sure that's some trivia. Do they like buzzing? Do you come up with music or lyrics first? Ooh, I like that. I like that question, Grasshopper. I'll have to put the guitar down to answer that one. I need to put this bass down in. The question is, now see, when I answer questions, I'm a little wordy, if you guys can't already tell. So I was asked if I come up with music or lyrics first. Music. But it almost has to be in tandem. I do poetry as well, and when I try to take a poem that's already complete and make it a song, it feels disgenuine. It always feels like I'm forcing something. Usually what I'll do is I will find two chords. Let's say that, for example. Then I'll just be like, then I'll start adding new words. You went on down that morning and you seated and then I'll be like, that sounded like you saw a burning house and you walked right in. Found a dirty and I'll just make up bullshit. And I'll be like that. And sometimes I'll record it and then I'll hear words come to me through the gibberish. So I'll be like, that kind of sounds like. So for me, I come up, it usually has to be tandem. Like the chord, the melody, and the lyrics come almost at the exact same time. Although there has been some songs where I make the whole chord structure, then go back and just listen. And if you like drive in your car, you get a whole different, you might get a whole different idea. So I might, if I'm really working on a song, I might come up with a chord structure I like that, like this one. And if I really like it, I'll just play it and like for 4 minutes straight, record it like on my flip phone, take it on the road and just listen while you're driving. And I'll come up with more ideas that way. But there's some times where I think I did come up with lyrics first before, but it's rare for me. I hope that answers the question. It's nice to feel. It is. It's because you mentioned, stick to one sound. Does System of a Down genre hop though? Or do you mean just like the landscape, the sonic landscape? Ash also does poetry, and it's hard to make poetry in a song because my poems I term deep thought rambling. So I do make better lyrics when I'm improv in the moment. Yeah. And sometimes you can find ways for the rambling to make sense. Like I listen to Mimicking Birds, and sometimes it's almost like talking and there's a bunch of words in one spot and like it can work, but to me it never feels right. But I bet if I tried, I could come up with an example of lyrics I thought of first, especially if I know it's going to be a song and not a poem. If I know it's going to be a song, I'll do it differently. And if you know the structure, like how many words roughly or syllables have to be in each line, it becomes like you can just slip in variables and just be like, oh, this sounds good. Let's put it in there. And I feel like that somehow works. Yeah. Millie, it's like sometimes with my song a day project, There's a couple times where I have nothing to actually, I have nothing on the brain, and I just go in and I'm like, I need to make a song in an hour. So when I'm trying to make like shotgun a song, trying to make a quick one, I'll just come up with some chords like the one we were talking about earlier. And I'll just like play them over and over and start doing like I mentioned earlier. And I'll use my smartphone. So I have a flip phone. This is how you call me. But I keep a phone. I call it my poetry phone. It's somewhere around here. It has talk to text. So I will sing it slowly, and it'll put it into text, and I'll keep it, and I'll use that phone to capture my lyrics. Because when you're doing a song a day, you don't have time to learn your lyrics by heart. So I just write them down, and then sometimes I'll type them out on the typewriter, and I'll put it on there. Then I'll sing them and record it and get it done that way. That's when I'm doing a quick song, though. And I've also done some streams of thought poetry that I might share sometime, maybe even tonight. It is therapeutic. And yeah, Ash, when you find like it's so easy to it's so when you have a tiny network of people or that you can share a song with and you know they're actually going to listen to it, that's more valuable than like not getting any like let's say I had 1,000 views on a song but nobody said anything. That'd be worse than like having two good friends and I'm like, what do you think about this, you know, in my opinion. NATO, what's up? Yeah, I know, Nathan. I just hopped on. Maybe it's because I threw music in the tag or something, but I ended up getting a bunch of hits tonight, and mainly like people interested in music, and it was kind of neat. But NATO, remember too that like if I had if I had 200 people in the stream, that'd be too much. I think I'd find a way to throttle it. I think 22 and under is best, in my opinion, in my experience. But I'd rather have 40 than zero, and I'd rather have 40 than one, if that makes sense. Ballads to borderline rap metal to borderline hardcore to fusion. So yeah, so they do genre hop then, huh? Yeah, and nothing's wrong with wanting to monetize. It's just not my bag, I think. Maybe one day it would be, but I would have to keep the heart would have to be there. Like I can't do something. I'm not going to compromise whatever my original vision is. I'm too stubborn and like sensitive not to. I love music too, and I remember thinking a couple years back that music wasn't a big enough word to represent it. I remember being like, music? That doesn't explain it. It was reductive. It's like, how can I just I was in a mode where I'm like, I can't just call it music. It's like a way of life, man. Yeah. Oh, so I got that I can actually pull out of the bag. I'm just gonna try that one piece again. Clip that one. I think so, Twitchy. They call you Twitchy. The authenticity is going to probably radiate if I keep doing this and like if I keep doing this regularly and I get a bunch of people, there's going to be some haters that are probably going to like eventually get to me, and I will probably like respond to them to some degree until I learn how to completely ignore them. But my main goal is to kind of show. My main goal today was bored. I wasn't even feeling particularly sad or particularly morose or anything. I was just like, let's hop on a chat and play guitar, because I had my little new piece that I kind of came up with and I was excited about. So I'm like, let's play guitar on chat this time, and it surprisingly got, for my small little standards, got amazing results. Which it seems like that's not the first time that's happened. I've had like 2 or 3 other times where I'm like, that was surprisingly good. Maybe I should do that again. No words of which to fully articulate with the depths of love there is in music. That's true, because you can't, it's just too vast. Juggalo trolls relentless. Are they actually like juggalos? But they know what they can do already. The trolls know what they can do already? This one I was working on that I played earlier is a piece that I actually want to finish sometime too. I was actually calling it my Dark Moon. Oop. I was actually working on that. I had a really good night once out at the shop, and I had the cheap first act guitar. It's like made out of plywood essentially. And I had it hooked to an amp on a generator because I have no power grid out there. And I was playing, I made that up, and I actually have some lyrics to it, but I don't want to reveal them yet. It's a secret. And they're not complete. Hope you can't hear my chair squeaking that much. I think you're right. I think if I stream more personally, and certain topics and certain physicalities get more trolls on board, are like troll bait, I might get better at just ignoring them. But at first I wanted, because I've seen some amazing things happen sometimes. I've seen a troll turn before to the good side. And sometimes they're actually funny and they're just trying to get attention and be funny. And sometimes they're trying to like earn their bridge. So thanks, Victor, for stopping in. And yeah, I'll maybe see you next time. I'll probably pop on again. The coolest thing about music is that we humans discovered it before we properly had a full understanding of language. In a way, music has been part of the human nature during our early formative years. Yeah, like it's not, in my opinion, yeah, exactly, because language is only one appendage of it. It's something deeper and more ancient than that. I used to make up, I think it was in a poem somewhere, but I said something like, this isn't going to rhyme, but paraphrasing, it was like singing was imitating the way the gods spoke. So like ancient deities would have like just naturally been tonal in their vocal, the way they talked to be like, and now we do that like almost imitating some deities or something. Millie, good night. If you don't want to doze off next time, maybe I can like scream randomly. But I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate it. Semantics can cause antics. So is that like details causing? I almost would need that paraphrased. Judy, are you saying goodnight to those kids? Or are you saying goodnight as well and calling us kids? Hendrix has a song called "And Then the Gods Made Love." I like the "and then" because it like alludes to there being more before they even titled it. Do you guys think language and humans evolved from taking magic mushrooms? Terrence McKenna has a stoned ape theory. Psilocybin-inspired language development, he thinks. I can't say a hard no. I would say I would lean towards I don't think so. But like anything could have been that first kick. It could have came naturally, or it could have came through a natural substance, or it could have came through alien forms. I don't really know. So I'm saying I'm not going to say a hard no. I'm going to say plausible. It's kind of stormy with a ray of sunshine in there. I like that. If I didn't have somebody sleeping, I think I would randomly scream. There's a band I really love called Animal Collective. And if you listen to a song from theirs called Peace Bone, you would understand why I like random screaming. Ash, how do you collect your poetry? Aw, CJ, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, guys should check out Animal Collective. It's called Peace Bone. When I discovered Animal Collective, I felt freer than I was before. It was liberating. CJ, it's a mix of magic and mayhem, I think, per usual. Right now it's really good. I hopped on the stream and like people showed up, music heads and stuff, and we kind of, I don't know, it was a nice discussion. Like I'm probably gonna go to bed tonight again, like feeling very like, wow, like almost euphoric. I'm like, that was really nice. Like I carved out a little section of the internet just to hang out. Random scream, yeah, I know. Like that, when the dude just screams, "Why do they always send the bar?" I remember thinking, I kind of got excited when he just screams that. Godzilla's from Australia, so the windscreen is the windshield for you Americans. The wipers are broken, and I have to drive home, but it's raining. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. You have no. In the Buick, I used to keep Rain-X on board, and that stuff will do wonders because I accidentally cut through the dash wires on the Buick. It's a long story, and I remember crying when it happened because I was just trying to make a relief cut so I could fit my RCA jacks to hook up my amps, and I thought it was a heater duct, and it ended up I cut like 25 wires in the dash because it wasn't a heater duct; it was a plastic sheath for a wiring loom. And I remember seeing little sparks and just thinking it was like a bracket I was cutting, and it was not a bracket I was cutting; it was wires. So I tried to fix as many wires as I could. I got the turn signals working. I got the brake lights working. I got the car to start. The car always started. Eventually, I got the radio to work. But I didn't get the wipers to work. So anytime I took the Buick, I would have to keep Rain-X with me. And I just squirt it, even if it's already wet, just and just get most of it on there. And that sucker will, you go past 40 miles per hour and the water will just bead out. So if you don't have that, maybe pull over for a bit, man, because if it's smeary, you just can't see good. Is it light right now, though, in Australia? May the rain stop for you to get your destination, or may your windshield wipers just start working. So you're just like willing it to be, right, Ash? You're like, I decree that, like, may the clouds part and the sun rays shine down. Sun rays shine down. Yeah, let's make the rain stop. I wonder if we have enough power. I wonder if 7 or 8 of us is enough to just make the rain stop in Australia for like, how many minutes do you need? Okay, he wants, maybe I could, hold on. Am I caught up with the chat? Try to affirm it. It's from the heart. Manifesting clear skies. May they be clear, clearing them skies. Can you please write a song or poem for me about my situation? Sitting in the rain, no way to get home. It's going to be a hokey bit. I don't know, let me think. Sitting in the rain, no way to get home. Storm is on the rise and I am all alone. Standing in my car and the bumper is chrome and we'll wait. That's all you get. Actually, I kind of believe you, Trista. Yeah, you don't know if it works that far, like that long of a range, but you do that there. Try it out then. Try it out just in case. Without being too direct, I think Godzilla lives. Crap, I can't remember, but he's in Australia. The island isn't that big, right? Make it stop raining just on the whole island for a couple minutes. Or how many minutes do you need, Nathan? You need 20 minutes? Would you settle for 5? You need a half an hour? So I want to say this again. Maybe so. You can find it if you're a snoop, but I have a song a day project I'm working on right now. I did it a while back too, where I write. You said MILF for a snack. Look for January, the 1st of March next month. I'm going to start releasing all the songs I'm making this month, where I can't guarantee the production is great, but it's going to be better than my first iteration I did, like in 2014. And look for that because I'm actually kind of proud of some of them that popped out. Sometimes I had a couple hours to do them, and sometimes I procrastinated. So I just had like an hour to write, record, and publish the song. And I kind of did a journal entry about how I did each song, not super in depth on most of them, but look for that. And I'm going to actually try to promote that. Like I want people to actually see this project this time. So look for that in March. Milk for a snack. Is K next to F? I like that, NATO, aka Godzilla, Kaiju. I can get you like 2 minutes, but after that it's gonna start dumping. Yeah, I think the longer we hold it, the more torrential the downpour is gonna ensue, resulting. I think that's just the nature of the game, right? To have permission to drop your song a day channel. Your songs are too good for people not to hear. Who wants to see Aka's sweet songs he wrote? What I want, Nathan, what I want is for you to promote it on March 1st. So on March 1st, the beginning of next month, we're going to go ape shit on it, and that's okay. So to me, a lot of views is like 150. That's decent. So share the heck out of it on March 1st. So I just want some semblance of an anonymity while I make it, so expectations don't get between the beanie. So like, I just want people to, I want to feel like I'm kind of alone right now making the music, and then we're gonna spread it across the mountain. And then ongoing, I might do more public stuff too if you guys want it. Cool. So yeah, OPAP, if you heard that, March 1st. I can be very awkward about me. Yeah. And here's the thing. I didn't used to be, not truly. Being self-conscious came later in life for me than I feel like most people got it when they're like 12. I feel like I got it when I was like 26 or something. I don't know. But like, I'm not like what do I want to say? I can be very outward and goofy and social. I can also be like, put me in my cave for a while. I like a blend. Oh, good. I got confirmation from Godzilla. Yeah. Oh, not when, where? Okay. There's going to be a link on this channel to another channel. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, and I'll post it on, what do I have, 3 channels? I'll post on all 3 probably. Yeah, guess what, Ash? This studio space, if you guys are curious, you can check out on this Milk for a Snack channel. I have the most recent video I posted was something like quick studio tour. You can check that out if you want to see that. Because I was welling up, I was like, shit. You know, when you're a creative type, if you don't get something out, there's hell to pay. And excuse me, I got to a point with music where I'm like, there's a big tragic story behind why I kind of quit music for like a decade-ish that I'm not going to get into right now. But basically, it was welling up and I'm like, oh, there's so many songs I got to pour out. So I did a song a day again. And I have, what is today? Technically, it's the 23rd. I have 5 more songs to make this month, and then we're going to release them. So that helped a lot. I felt like, oh, yes, I'm being creative again. When you're a creative type, creativity is not an option anymore. I like that too. I tend to always like any time you have like this pack, this lowdown. I like all kinds of variations of that. Yeah, I've been this way my whole life, but I'm realizing I gotta be me and I must sing and be creative. Yeah, it's scary when you, not that I'm fully there yet, but it's kind of scary when you realize your full potential and you're like, oh my God, you might blame it on others or yourself or whatever, but it's usually yourself where it's like, you're sitting here like, wait, I could have been like expressing myself this whole time. What was actually stopping me? Sometimes it's society or friends or family or but usually it's like something you really only have yourself to blame. I got to a point where I'm like, oh my God, there's so much crap I still want to do. So I'm trying to do a little bit of it. Yeah. I'm going to decipher this. I think I relate heavily. But you're getting to a place where I know I must sing and have to share because it's what I was born to do. It's why I was born. But most of all, to help others in the heart I used to have to approach the random people. But now they approach me. And it's always when I don't necessarily feel like going to the store. I do. Then there's another random street. Okay, so are you saying, because here's the thing. I took a solo trip to New Hampshire, and I had a certain openness and freeness about me. And I made some connections where I was just like, I think people can almost sense it on you if you're like open to a connection. Because I've had even in my hometown, like it's a half hour away, I just went to a Harbor Freight and I just kind of like felt really good walking in. And I talked to this lady about smells and scents and seasons and like keepsakes and her dog who passed and like all kinds of stuff. It was amazing. I get a hell yeah from 420. I get a hell yeah from mundane morning. I like that. Let's do this again. Close enough. Okay, random stranger expectations, but I know not another person's definition of success. I call it entertaining others' earth angels. Entertaining others' earth angels unaware. I kind of like all the vowels that starts with. It almost eludes alliteration. Entertaining others' earth angels unaware. I'll throw that in a rap. Yo, I'm entertaining others' earth angels unaware. Yeah, Harbor Freight smells so heavy like Chinese rubber. And I think it's a joke, but the other day I bought, not from Harbor Freight, but I bought a digital, one of those, what do they call them? It's a fiber optic. It's the first time in my life I actually got to use that like fiber cable because my amp has it now upstairs. But I smelt it and I was joking with a friend. I said, it smells like Vietnam rubber. And I looked at it and it was made in Vietnam because China rubber has like a staunchier smell to it. I feel like USA rubber has more of like a purer smell. And I want to say rubber from like Brazil has like a spicier smell. I'm a sniffer. Anytime I buy new electronics, like you gotta open them up and sniff them. Entertaining others earth angels. You'd have to explain that again. I'd like to know more about this because but I hear Earth Angel and I think of that song from the 50s, is it? Late 50s, mid 50s? Rubber duckies. Rubber duckies are actually vinyl, so they smell. I feel like there's less variation in rubber duckies, but I don't own a Jeep, so I don't get to sniff like a copious amounts of rubber duckies. I don't have a day job lately, but what I did do was I ran a CNC machine at a woodworking company, and I could speak. It's called the Baz, B-A-Z. I could probably speak for an hour and a half just about the Baz. I'm not going to do that tonight. It was a German word for like Bearbeitungszentrum. It just meant machining center. And I did some creative things with that I would like to tell some of you guys about. But Nadia, are you still here? And did you get home safely? Did you get out of the rain? Yeah, I'm always a big sniffer. What's up, Daniel Karingal? Did I say it right? Das cool. Das cool. I always say das gut. Das gut. Somewhere entertaining angels unaware is a biblical injunction. I have to look up injunction from Hebrews 13:2, advising Christians to show hospitality to strangers as they might be messengers. Oh, plus, yeah, even if they're not messengers, right? I heard it put really simply once because I was stressing about politics. I'd never been big into politics. And like 5 years ago or 7 or something came up. And I was like stressing about it. I'm like, oh man, now I think about people's differences instead of us all being human. And somebody just said, be kind. I remember being like, oh yeah, that's simple. So I just be kind. And sometimes that comes really naturally. So it's like no big deal. I'm like, okay, I'll just be kind. And it's uncharacteristic of me to simplify something and be satisfied with that, but that worked for me. I think the rain got them. I might be the messenger to their soul. Can you play Giant Steps? Yeah, I can play like from here all the way to here. So that's a pretty big step. If Giant Steps is a song, I don't know it, and I'm sorry. I'm not much of a jukebox. I'm more of a let's make up a chord on the spot and figure it out. But I want to be a little bit more of a jukebox, but mainly with like the Mountain Goats and like Neutral Milk Hotel and like folk music for some reason. These are like my go-tos sometimes. Okay, hold on here. Can you talk about electrostatic generators? I tried to make a Wimhurst, but it isn't working. Any tips? I'm trying to make a Kelvin's thunderstorm now. That sounds cool. Kelvin's thunderstorm? That's cute. But easier spark generator, static electricity. Be mindful. That was beautiful. Well said. Indeed. At the end of the day, to each his own. Each man, woman is ultimately their own judge. Neutral Milk Hotel. Who are your folk icons? That's a good question. Let's do that soon. Okay. First, Godzilla, aka NATO, we need to know your status on the road if you're driving or if you're home or if you're stuck. Those are the main 3 options. Saddest chord. That's a good one. Just a chord that's sad on its own. Thanks, Daniel, for the beautiful statement. If that was something I did, I appreciate it. Neutral Milk Hotel. I would do a blistering pre right now. That would I might try that, but I'd rather be loud, and right now I don't want to wake anybody up. Not that I wake the neighbors up, but there's another person in the house right now that might wake up. And okay, so what was I gonna say? Okay, Godzilla, we kind of wanted to know, but I'll try to answer your question anyway. I never built an electrostatic generator. I was working on I don't do a lot of tinkering lately. I'm more focused on writing and music. So tinkering does not interest me that much right now, but I don't have any specific tips for the electrostatic generator unless you need to like how to attach something or how to make a hole in something or something more like that. And Kelvin's thunderstorm sounds really cool. Is that like a Tesla coil but with a dynamo or something? I'll leave that at that for now. I'm glad Ash is still here. I thought the Ash was taken off a while back. My folk icons are Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, if you can count Conor Oberst, Joni Mitchell. There's a couple Melanie songs I really like. There's a newer group called Casey and Clayton that's really good. Her voice is from the Angels. And who else was I going to say? I think I'm forgetting somebody big. Arlo Guthrie. That's Woody Guthrie's son. And I'm probably missing a couple. But yeah, I love milk. I love Neutral Milk Hotel. My screen name has nothing to do with it. We're not related, but it's all dairy at the end of the day. Saddest chord. Let's do that. Let's figure that out if I can. Biggest bummer you can strummer. I love it. I think I overindulged in sad music. Not my own, but others. I write, draw, paint, play piano. Awesome. You have to keep doing that. I was, but my husband got our son back to sleep. Oh, okay, so you're back. 4-year-old, wow. Fred Neil. No, should I know Fred Neil? Guessing the rain stopped if they're building generators now. Okay. What is a sad song? Actually, that chord progression I'm working on, I think this is sad. I could almost cry to this. It's this one. But see, there's an element of hope in it. So if you didn't already hear it, I don't have the whole song ready, but I just have the chords. Because to me, the chord's only sad when you put a little bit of happiness adjacent, so you see the contrast. It's like when you're doing a chord progression and you're like, isn't that a minor chord? But it sounded major. Or like sometimes they switch it up because of what's next to them. It's like painting, right? Where it's like the color next to it will like tinge the shade. We have a 4-year-old. Oh yeah, I said that right there. Older parents. I had him when I was 39. Yeah. I actually made a friend on the road when I was in New Hampshire. That was a really nice time. And she called herself a late bloomer. And she had twin boys when she was 49. And she spent 21 years in New York. And I actually went out and shared a pork nacho plate with her. Like we hit it off that well. I thought it was cool. She remembered the JFK assassination. She said, I guess I won't say her name just in case for some reason. But she said, her mom said, come inside, honey, the world is ending. I remember thinking that was like really striking. Only child, 39, yeah. 44. Michael Hurley, yeah. Doesn't he do, I heard you went to the Fiddle Fest and you would not take a rest. Hey, dee, 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 dee. Listen to him playing that thing. Ain't no good if there ain't no mud. Hurry up on the bus or something. You can get you a belly full. Are you here for the festival? If it's that guy, I know Michael Hurley. I think I'm gonna have to go up. Yeah, I'm gonna write down this crap. I think the Dorian mode. Yeah, that's like starting on D and using the white keys on a piano, right? I don't remember the steps, but I remember Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian modes, and they're basically just. I remember how to find out the steps, kind of. I can't like play them. I won't be like, this is Dorian. I can't. With a little work, maybe, but yeah, 49. She's a little stressed now, though, but she seems to be doing all right. And I remember thinking it was kind of cute in a way for people who want kids and like think it's too late. I think it gives them some shining rays of hope. That shouldn't make your chords inherently bummers, right? Just lowering the pitch. I think it's all relative, but it probably does sound weirder, right? Because like the tone of the instrument is now like out of its natural range, maybe, or something. Oh, we got an update. No human children for me either, but I do see the magic. I do see the magic. Update. We have an update on Godzilla. I'm just getting this in. Windscreen broke down. I tore cover off to expose windscreen wires. Currently using a few knickknacks to create a static electric lightning bolt generator to fix my windscreen. I'm sure. Yeah, use that generator to hook into the to magnetically induce into the wires and get the wipers to work properly. I'm sure she must be, but he has helped me live again. I was trying to give up on me before. Yeah, a lot of people, I kid you not, a lot of people are going through something right now. I almost made a PSA, but I'm like, I don't have the authority to make a PSA. But I wanted to hop on YouTube and I was going to basically be like, guys, everybody just needs to survive the winter 2026 because it's an energetic storm, myself included. Like I said, right now, I'm doing absolutely great. And I just made the high score on Zaxxon. I think I'm going to be like a world champion. That's an arcade game that I have. And, but it's just weird. It's weird. You don't even have to, you could be shut in, not pay attention to any worldly thing or any loved ones and still feel off right now, I think. So like just hang the hell in there. Start start playing, start painting, start playing piano, start writing poetry, whatever you're doing, and have some Korean barbecue if you're into that, and like make it through this winter. I'm not saying it's all hunky dory on the other side of the hill, but like it's got to be. You just got to make it through this winter at all costs. You know what that means? If you're a weed head, it means smoking every day. You smoke every day. If you know, even if it means indulging in a vice, like you got to get through this winter. I'm not saying indulge in a vice if you can avoid it, but like whatever it is, your creative outlet, your whatever the hell it is, you just like dive into it because we're gonna make it. Funky energies. Yeah, you got to be coloring. I don't. I appreciate the thing. I don't know if I don't. No, I can't. The short answer, Walter. The short answer is no, I can't. But there is. I used to work on a more folky version of that one. Wait. It's like breath of the morning. I keep forgetting the smell of the warm summer air. You live in a town where you can't smell a thing. You Watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. It's like a. Is that sub? That's not subterranean. Homesick alien, is it? So that's my submission, Walter. CJ, exactly. Mainly the winter. My goal is just survival. Just like survival. It doesn't mean I'm going out and doing crazy stuff. It just means that like it just means that like we just got to make it. Tension. Um, you have a farting animals coloring book. I'll try that. Everybody's telling me about grounding lately, and I've been such a like I wear socks to bed and like I love shoes, but I'm gonna try that more this year when it gets warm. More of that barefoot stuff, you know? Walter, are you Walter White? NATO, do you remember that punchline? I said something about cooking that Walter White in that rap, and I forget what I said, but that was a completely freestyled rap. That's the only reason why I'm proud of it. Otherwise, it's kind of embarrassing. Caesar says milk gave me the go-ahead to use all my vices, not to use all of them. But if you really feel like that's going to help you survive, I hate to say this. I hate to say this because I'm such an anti-drug and anti-vice and anti. It got so bad where I was almost anti-pleasure because I got in my head about it. But so it's weird coming from me. But to a small degree, if your vice is going to help you survive 2026, give yourself some grace. Try not to overindulge. I feel like anything you go in mindfully, it's like you might be able to be all right. I, like I said, I'm the last person on planet Earth that would endorse substances if that's your vice. Where do I find inspiration for writing? This is going to be a weird one Monday morning. Are you ready? And it's not always. It's just the one that came to mind first. It's not always. I mentioned earlier about using music lyrics coming in tandem with music for me, and it's hard to just write it like a poem and then sing it. But like sometimes, and this is gonna sound corny to some because it's almost like because we're just a vessel, but like it felt one day that I was writing with people who were like old, and it feels like there's an underground vat of juice. It's like an oil well. And sometimes you can just tap in, like stick a pipe in and just pull some juice and fill your cup up. And I remember thinking, but it's not stealing because the juice that's under the soil is basically the collective juice of everybody living their life and doing things and experiencing good and bad and creativity and stuff. It's almost like there's a common vat of creative juice that sometimes I feel like I'm pulling from. Other times it's gibberish. Like I know you didn't ask directly how do you write a song, but sometimes it's like you just do two chords a bunch of times, then some words like the melody comes out, then gibberish comes out, and sometimes you listen back and you're like, that gibberish reminds me of a real word. And I think sometimes that's how it works. Dancing while listening to upbeat music helps me. I dance sometimes lately too, mainly when nobody's here. I'm trying to find more bands that I really like that are upbeat because I spent a lot of time listening to like Sufjan Stevens and Bright Eyes and Julie Jackman and stuff where I'm like, I love it, but sometimes it's like, wait, am I making sadness a sport? So I've been listening like Sylvan Esso and like my own stuff, my goofy stuff that I'm making kind of makes me laugh. Walter says that's okay. It was perfect. I'm turning 21 now, and I've never played any instruments. Always been into sports, weed, and arts. I really wanted to get into piano and take lessons. Is it too late? No, it ain't too late. Um, There's people learning like to drum when they're 54. Um, you don't need to be a virtuoso. You don't need to be those 5-year-old Japanese kids who can outplay anybody, and you wonder where their childhood's going to go. I'd recommend checking in the piano. Figure out, just find a piano and just start playing, just start hitting stuff. And if you want some pointers, I can give you some pointers. But if you want to play like nice pieces, definitely get lessons. I never like, I can't read music. I tried, and I can read a little bit. And sometimes I want to write music so I can, in standard notation, so I can remember my own stuff easier. But I have more to say about piano, but maybe not right now. But no, it's definitely not too late. If I was 21, I would be like, 21's not too late for anything. 21's not too late to start watching Blue's Clues. You know what I mean? Like, but that's in a zone for most people where they're more aware of like, I feel like there's things that are cool when you're a kid. Then you think you grew out of them. Then you get older and you're like, I still like that stuff. And then you get shameless and you're like, I'm just going to like it still. But yeah, check out piano for sure. It'll be worth it. Trista doesn't even wear socks at home. I want to get more into that, but I always wish that I'm always afraid of broken glass and the like. Not that there's a bunch of broken glass around, but you should. I don't do it as often as I should, but when I hug a tree, put my palms on it and stand on its roots. I actually will try that for sure. Right now, there's still like probably a quarter inch of snow on the ground, but purpose over pleasure. Everything in moderation. I think there's times where I need to put pleasure over purpose. So it kind of depends. Find purpose in pleasure. Yeah, you can do that too. Automatic writing. I will share with you guys a poem I did, Stream of Thought, real quick, if you got a second. Who has time? I like Buckethead. He does instrumentals. He's a virtuoso on guitar. I don't know his work, but I could point him out in the crowd. And I know he's a good like technical guy, right? How do you say that, Ash? Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I thought that was an artist name, Piovak. I'm like, is he from Czech? Is he like from? Oh, here's a good question too. Milk for a snack and everyone else. Do you believe people are born with innate skills, or that anybody can, with some exceptions, with the right work ethic and coaching, become an expert in any field? There's some good shit coming up here. Hold on. There's some good shit here. Hold on. Guys, I'm going to have to put this down. I'm sorry. Anybody who comes in is like, why is there no guitar? Tell them. Oh, my ankle just like did that thing. Okay. All right. First question is a general poll. Oh, is it buffering? Let me know if it still works. I got notification. I'm hesitant now to talk. It's different from talent. To me, skill is earned. Talent is that little natural inclination you might have through your bloodline or whatever. I think you can do almost everything with some exceptions, but some people have to try twice as hard. It's fair. But interest, it's like they say, like interest is the best teacher, right? I think that if you're interested in it, you're going to surpass somebody who has talent but doesn't want to nurture it. Is that fair? And 21 is prime in many ways. Some people never reach their prime, meaning they just keep improving for a while. And 38 and 40 is usually when your mind, I think, is like, in my opinion, your mind is prime. But like prime is different for everybody. But yeah, when we hear 21, we're like, shit, that's like, it's not too late for anything. And like CJ said, I feel like CJ said that 2 is such a load of baloney. It absolutely is. Even me, I'm some bullshit. Like you have to, it takes a long time. You have to tear down that shit where it's like thinking somebody else thinks you're too old or too young for something. It's like, I think we should be almost over that by now. Mundane, thanks. If you appreciated my question or my answer, I appreciate that. Ash played flute in middle school and was first chair. So first chair must be the most honorable position, right? Trista, yeah, you can teach grounding techniques, especially if you typewrite them and mail them to my PO box. Because I want pen pals. We do have time. You know what I mean? Oh, you in general. Oh yeah, for the poetry thing. Hold on. I took that as general. I'm like, we all have time, don't we? Can I teach you about grounding electrical systems? If I need to know, I'll ask. I'm joking. Greetings again to Lovey. Welcome in. We had a pretty nice time so far, if I can be the judge. And I hope I'm not buffering anymore. Crappy Wi-Fi. Do you believe in manifestation? Are you asking me? Do I believe in manifestation / coincidence? This is just my opinion. It's I would call for like 2 drive it. Just ran out of luck. Before I started streaming, I had to keep did it again. I had to keep plugging in and replugging my USB thing because like it wasn't recognizing my camera. So I'm shocked if it kind of messes up here and there. Rather wise, my milk friend. I'm like a child in many ways, but I have some gems I've gathered and I just pull them out of my pocket and look at them every once in a while. Does talent matter if you enjoy whatever it is? It doesn't. Oh, I like it. Ash says they get more intelligent as they age, but also has to say there's no such possibility of full potential in this. Yeah, getting absolutely thinking like they're really important to me because lately both the positive and negative, it boils down to which is it's so strange to be human. So if my Wi-Fi is still working, let's find this I'm trying to talk about. Wow, that's a good one. So poetry. I have a lot of poetry in here. Okay. I have a couple stream of thought poetry things. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So this, see a mundane morning 420. We're down to what, 3? No, we're down to, I don't know, somewhere between 7. This is a piece of poetry that I wrote. Yeah, just like foom, foom, foom. So it's not guaranteed to be bad. It's not guaranteed to be good. It is what it is. But I don't hate it. It's called Crib. My days spun on the web, the velvet crib of decay. I drop at your door. You want more. I don't know what I'm here for. Ice-lined silk pocket of filth. My mind bends as a wire. The river is high. This castle is on fire. Staring down the tooth of this dragon, I still don't know what this creature is asking. And that's the end. Ooh, I actually like this one too because the end line makes a lot of sense, and I'll explain it, even though I shouldn't, just because it should be free to interpret, right? Face for 100 trees, kept up for sailing on a dark sea, wounded from a brawl that was all me, walking past her and where the fall for a smile teeth. So fall smile, somebody showed teeth, they're brought up in the chat, but I can't juke it, and I don't actually know it. So I apologize. Okay. And I really messed my knee up by just like crossing my legs for a half hour. Are we still here? CJ, is that you sort of still here? Or is that the Wi-Fi is still, am I like freezing?